Good evening, I'm Dan Wall.
And I'm Laura Lee. Thanks for joining us. There is growing anger tonight over the federal government withholding more than $6 million from St. Louis County on a handful of road projects.
Northern News Now's Ella Showborough is learning more tonight. Ella, sounds like this is because of the county's so-called planned labor agreement.
Yeah, Dan and Laura, currently the county requires a planned labor agreement for projects over $150,000. So that means that rather than bringing workers from outside the region, those projects would be done by union trades in the area. But an email from the Federal Highway Administration said that the county wouldn't see those federal funds unless they remove the PLAs from the projects. St. Louis County commissioners and local unions alike were shocked when they received an email from the Federal Highway Administration stating in part, quote, if the county decides to move forward, any use of a PLA on a project without FHWA approval will result in the project not being legible for federal aid funds.
There's not a law written. There's no executive order put in place. It's just an email from somebody within a system that said you can't have project labor agreements, but that's a local decision.
County Commissioner Annie Harla said because of this, there's a possibility the county would have to pause their PLA policy, which has been in place for more than 50 years. And local union workers say they feel caught in the middle.
It's political games is what it is, and I just hate seeing our women and men in the trades used as pawns.
Commissioners have been reaching out to state and federal lawmakers for support. Senators Klobuchar and Smith sending a letter to the FHWA's administrator Monday. The Duluth delegation sending a letter last week to Secretary Sean Duffy and Congressman Pete Stauber asking for their support.
We're a strong union local workforce area, and having these project labor agreements ensures that our budgets are on time and done well with high quality work.
And as St. Louis County waits for what's next, local unions say they're not wavering.
Solidarity is something that we like to live by. If it means fighting for what's right, that we will do it every time.
The vote to pause the project labor agreements is set for a week from tomorrow. Commissioner Harla reached out to Congressman Stauber looking for his support. One of his staff members responded, saying Stauber has always supported PLAs and has been in touch with the Federal Highway Administration, but that the administration's guidelines are still being worked out. Live in studio, Ella Showborough, Northern News Now.